We're here. Again, do you want to just quick intro?
Yeah, sure. So I'm coming from lovely Gundagai today. I've just been doing a tour around Victoria at various My Place sessions, talking about what I talk about, which I'll probably talk about shortly. And now I'm heading back to Canberra through Gundagai and then packing up my entire life and moving to the Gold Coast. So it's kind of exciting.
So you're not far from Canberra.
No, Gundagai is 2 hours. 2 hours. We'll be there by lunchtime.
Famous dog on the tucker box.
Dog on the tucker box. So I think Carl, I'm here with Carl from Voice of Freedom. So I think he's over there doing a live with the dog on the tucker box. I've just been travelling around regional Victoria, and I'm going to Queensland later on in the month, probably next month actually. Just talking about what we've been talking about, which was we spoke about last week, Myk, just what's happening out there in the financial world and the economy, and the fast pace towards what I believe a very, very large crash, and the reason to buy gold and silver. So it is certainly taking steam. The countries all around the world are buying more amounts of gold and silver than they've ever bought in history, particularly the likes of India, Russia, China. They're all stocking up on gold. They're actually even going back to what they call trading in the gold currency standard, which means if you want to deal with Russia, you have to be dealing in a gold-backed currency. So that's all signs of the times in that they're moving away from the US dollar. So for those that do know about history of the economies, when things move away from the US dollar, it's a good sign of an impending crash, because if the US loses its world domination, things will start heading down. And gold and silver have just been skyrocketing. So, yeah, it's looking good out there for people that are, I guess, getting into the gold and silver market.
Go on. I have no idea what you're talking about, but go on.
Well, okay, so you might have seen that Mary Jane, who has spent a lot of time working with you, she's now working with me as well, and she sent me a link the other day to say that I had made the Cooker watch, that I'm now on the Cooker list along with you, Myk, and other very, very wonderful people.
I read your little article this morning.
Yep, they did a good one on me, and all they could really say about me being a cooker was that I was about 2 years ago saying the market's going to crash and to get out of the share market, and now they're saying, well, 2 years has gone past and nothing's happened. Really? Nothing's happened? Like, you don't call the war with Russia and Ukraine nothing? You don't call the war with Israel and Hamas nothing? I think a lot's happened. But their point was the market hasn't crashed in the 2 years. But Mary Jane did a nice little calculation for me. Gold and silver, gold in particular, has gone up 48% since that video. So even though the market hasn't crashed, I think everyone who took my advice is pretty happy at the moment.
Paid advice?
No, free advice. I've just been out there. And that's another thing I point out, and I've been doing at all the seminars I've been running this week. I'm predominantly saying invest in gold and silver. I don't get paid for that. I make absolutely nothing out of telling people to invest in gold and silver. I have been offered commission from the gold dealers, but I don't want it, because the moment I take that is the moment I'm no longer independent. So, so 2 years ago I told everyone to get into gold and silver, and anyone that listened to me has made a whopping 48%. So, for example, you put in $10,000, you've just made $4,800.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad. And the main thing is, like, then some people are saying, oh, well, it's gone up that much, it's probably the wrong time to invest. I don't agree. My personal opinion, and once again, it's only opinion. I can't give financial advice because I delicensed myself for financial advice. But my personal opinion is that we're just at the beginning of a very, very big boom market for gold and silver. And there's a lot of people out there that agree with me, very smart people, much smarter than me. One of them would be Jim Rickards from the United States. He used to be the advisor to the Pentagon, the financial advisor for the Pentagon. So I think he knows what he's talking about in some regards. And he says gold's going to go to US 15,000 an ounce. It's currently only around 2,000 an ounce. So 15,000 an ounce. That I'll have to do the calculation on that, but that is a phenomenal increase in value. And silver's right along there following it very, very quickly. Silver's done 25% just this year alone. So since January to April, 25%. So once again, if you put 10,000 in, that's 2,500 you've made out of nothing. So the markets are doing really, really, really well. And I guess that's why my passion at the moment is just to spread the education about gold and silver. And I'm not doing it for money. I don't get paid. Because a lot of people don't realise how easy it is to buy. Have you bought any, Mike?
No.
No?
No, I've got a tiny one that was like, maybe it's worth $500. Someone gave it to me, actually, at the convoy to Canberra. He just came up to me and he goes, have some gold for a gold fella. And I didn't know what it was. And I was actually talking to Mary Jane, who says, no, that's a real thing. Like, I thought it was like a token or some, do you know what I mean? Like a commemorative coin that was fake.
Oh, good. Lucky you've kept it.
Yeah. Maybe it's $500 or something.
What size coin is it? Do you know?
It's like it's a square thing, but it's tiny. Like, it's not a big. It's tiny. It's from Perth Mint, but maybe that big gold brick thing.
That would probably be worth about $2,500 or $3,000.
Millionaire.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's excellent. Yeah, so the reason I like spreading the knowledge is that a lot of people just don't realise how easy it is to buy. I bought my first gold 12 years ago, and I must admit, when I first did it, I was like, wow, is this thing real? And I went and bought it and came back to Canberra and took it to a local jeweller just to get it tested to see whether it was actually real gold, because I was so not trusting. Even though I bought it off a gold dealer, I thought, yeah, I don't know about this. But yeah, it absolutely was real gold. And so now I'm helping spread the knowledge. It is so easy to buy. Use a trusted gold dealer, place an order over the phone, internet, email, pay for it and go pick it up, or even have it shipped in Australia Post. You can buy, there's a lot of money, but you can buy up to 30,000 in gold and silver, and our partner Ainsley Bullion, they will post that, and up to 30,000 can go in Australia Post, fully insured. So if anything goes wrong, you're covered anyway. So really is that easy.
I think it was him when I was listening. There's 3 different types. There's your brick, your coin, and your special coin. Is that right?
Yeah, that's pretty it. You can just buy it just like that little thing that you've got is probably just what they call gold bullion. It doesn't have anything too intrinsic on it. It's just literally a piece of gold with a couple of markings. That's gold bullion. Then you can buy a minted tablet. So that's where they've put a big stamp on it. It's thinner and it's got pretty patterns on it. And then you can buy it in the round coins. I mean, they're all slightly different prices. The round coins are a little bit more expensive because they're harder to make. The minted tablets, you're paying for the fact that it's minted. The cheapest way to buy it is that coin, that what you were talking about, just this little chunk of metal that's got a few numbers on it. You're looking to see the 999 on it to show that it's 99.99% pure gold.
But anyone can put that on anything, can't they?
Yes, you could probably, people could forge it just like they forge anything these days. So that's why you go to a trusted dealer. So I personally recommend Ainsley Bullion. They're in Brisbane and Melbourne, but they do post Australia-wide. If you're wanting to go to Sydney and pick it up in person, there's a few there. There's ABC Bullion and Guardian Gold. They've all been around for 10 plus years. So you just want to look for a company that's been around 10 plus years, they're licensed, everything like that. I saw a website, I was just researching, someone asked me, I think there was a dealer in Tasmania, and I had a look and there was a gold dealer that was just set up. The website was like only a few months old. Yeah, be a little bit cautious about that. Go to the reputable ones that have been around a long time.
And that's all insurable like everything else you own?
No, gold and silver is not insurable because the insurance companies, I guess, just don't like insuring it. Some will. I shopped around once and found an insurance company, but it was going to be like $20,000 to insure. I'm like, nah. The best insurance you've got is, so that's the other thing, where to store it, I guess, is how you answer that question about insurance. The best insurance is just storing it really, really well. So safe, buried somewhere, buried in the bottom of a cupboard or somewhere that no one can see it. Even if someone does rob your house, they ransack your house, it's in a very well hidden space, buried in the backyard. If you're going to bury a safe in the backyard, I'd suggest you go and get one of those big Bunnings crates, plastic, So you put in the safe in the plastic and then bury in the plastic, because you'd hate to dig up the safe years later and you can't get into it because it's all rusted. So yeah, really well hidden. You can also have what I call fake safes, dummy safes, because people's biggest fear is if someone knocks on your door, or breaks into your house, gun to your head, gun to your kid's head, open the safe. Of course, you're going to open the safe. So maybe have a few safes and just have a little bit in each one, or a little bit in some safes, and then the bulk of your money somewhere really, really hidden. Then the other choice is to leave it in a vault. So Ainsley Bullion have a vault in Brisbane and Melbourne. It's a private vault. It's not a bank vault. I wouldn't leave it in a bank vault. But these are private vaults, so you basically get a key. You have to go through multiple layers of security to get into this big vault. It's like you see in the movies. And you're only one person allowed into the vault at the time. You you use your key to open your little box, and nobody knows what you got in that box. The vault don't know. It's all private, no cameras. You put whatever you want into that box and then lock it away again. So that's another way if you're too scared to store it at home. And then the final way is that the gold dealers will store it for you in their own private vault. That's, in my opinion, safe as well. Obviously, if we head into some sort of major catastrophe or lockdown, or, not that would ever happen in Australia, would it? But if it does, and, all of a sudden you can't cross the border or you can't go outside your 5 kilometre radius, if I see something like that on the horizon, I would go and get my gold and silver out of the vault or out of Ainsley and store it personally. But for now, I think it's fine to store it in vaults and things like that. So easy to buy, easy to store, and as I said, gone up 48% since I first recommended it, which was only 2 years ago. And I believe going to skyrocket more and more and more and more.
So since I spoke to you, I don't know, maybe a week, 2 weeks ago, time flies, there was a couple of people from the Cash is King group trying to, I don't know the word, slam or make this a negative thing because cash is king. Why are you getting gold?